Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1387, 1387, and Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont. Today, Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, plus the news segment, Ain't Life Grand? And I had to tell you about things that happened to me, because that's what this show is about, and some interesting things happening daily.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Like, what is this SCOBY stuff? SCOBY in that kombucha drink.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Kombucha, whatever it's called, and you drink it, and it has those pyrotechnics that help you with your digesting antics, and then you feel so good inside, and you're cleaned out, and people look at you, and they shout, "Hey, what's that crazy stuff you're drinking that you bought at Whole Foods for $20 a bottle?"
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's kombucha. It's kombucha. Kombatlafla is what it is.
Mike's
And you can't have any.
Daily
Because it's mine, all mine.
Podcast.
And you go, oh well.
Yeah!
That's fine. I think it is any variety of fermented, lightly effervescent, sweetened black or green tea drinks. And it only goes to show you that tea is getting so popular yet again. And I made some sun tea when it got really hot this past weekend. Hey, here's a recipe for berry kombucha float. Yum. So you got to put the SCOBY in, and SCOBY is a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast. Which is basically what we all are, right? A symbiotic colony. I think we're a colony of happy people in this world as we fly through space effortlessly. Look who walked in. Hi, Mark. How y'all doing? It's Benita the Rodeo Queen.
Hey, it's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
Bunch of people just walked in, including this guy right here.
Hello, Mike. I make that delicious root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh boy, have some root beer.
Thank you. But I'm only drinking kombucha.
Ah, that's what I made. It's kombucha root beer.
No. I want kombucha, a probiotic. Because in this world of antibiotic, I want to be probiotic. That's what I want to do. Oh, it's all the rage, isn't it?
And here's today's podcast picture.
You know, this river, I hear if you go swimming and you swallow a bunch of water, you get a bunch of probiotics in your system. And then you are in the bathroom for the next 3 weeks. It's the Tennessee River. A Tennessee River and a mountain man. We get together in Mother Nature's plan. That's an Alabama song. Fittingly, Tennessee River is in Alabama, this part of it anyway, in the Huntsville, Alabama area, where I lived for 2 years. And one day I said, and I knew we were about to leave and move back to California. And I went on a little excursion, a Mike-excursion. And I ended up over in this zip code, this area of, I think it was some kind of nature preserve. And I'm all alone, nobody else around, and I look out, and there, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but out on the river is one of these barge boats, but one of these industrial ones, and it was empty at the time, but I imagine it carries, cargo up and down the Tennessee River. How cool is that? If you want to see Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, you'll get a sense of what basically what happened in America. They flooded the Tennessee River Valley, and it was for helping us with displacing people, because we needed to. That's what we do in America, is we displace people. But there was people in that valley that had to move, and it was all for helping generate power. And I don't have the complete Tennessee River history at my fingertips, but I do know that it is a big part of Alabama. And you can see that picture now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST-1387-Kombucha. It's a probiotic website. Good for your system. Baby, when you see this picture, you'll want to puke. And that will help you. I don't know, that maybe won't help you. But the fact is that this is a great... The one other thing that happened that day is what I'm trying to get to, is I parked... After I went to this spot, walked around, took a bunch of pictures. That's one of them. This was about 8 years ago. I then went to another spot not too far away, parked my car, walked around, got back to my car, somebody broke into it. In Alabama. And I've lived here in the Bay Area, and I'm probably going to jinx myself, so I'm going to knock on wood. Ouch. And say that I have never been broken into in the Bay Area. But that happened in Alabama. Within 2 years, I was broken into. Somebody busted out the back passenger window. Interestingly enough, the window that just recently stopped working, the electric motor just died on me, and was that window. But 8 years later. And that happened just shortly after that picture was taken. 8 years ago, where somebody just busted out the window, and I talked to the guy that replaced the window through the insurance, and he said, oh yeah, these Saturn views, they get busted out all the time. Oh, that's good to know. But they didn't take much. I never leave valuables in my car. That day, however, I left an MP3 player. But 2009 MP3 players were starting to go away anyway, because smartphones were getting more smart. And you were getting your iPods put in the phones, and the podcasting was starting to get popular, and I started podcasting in early 2009 as well. So, sort of an anniversary. Hey, today is also the anniversary of the day I got married. Unfortunately, I'm not married anymore, but, you know, it happened. Wow. 13 years ago. Can you believe it? 13 years ago. And today is also an important day, because today is Slurpee Day. Go to any 7-Eleven, because it is 7-Eleven. Today is the date. And you can get a free Slurpee. They give you a little cup, and they say, this is the cup you can use. You can have one drink. And usually there's a line out the door. But maybe you'll get lucky and find a 7-Eleven not too many people go to. And hopefully you won't get broken into. Hey, maybe they have a new Kombucha drink with the 7-Eleven in it. Slurpee. Kombucha Slurpee, is what I'm saying. And that would be weird. Not that anything else on the show has been weird so far, but MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com is a wonderful website. You can see all the podcast pictures, including you, Benita.
That's right, Mike. You all want to see a picture of me? I'm there on MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
And I am as well. Even though I do not like to be rendered in cartoon form, I am on the website. As to tell you what.
What?
That's where I am.
Uh-huh. All the podcast the Cafe Anyway characters are in podcast picture form. See that all at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. You can help us out, too, through the Amazon link. Click on the Amazon link whenever you're going to buy anything on Amazon. That helps us out. And there's also the PayPal if you'd like to help us out that way. And you'll become an inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster and get a special greeting from all the Cafe Anyway characters. All the past shows as well at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, going all the way back to 2009. We officially started the show in 2011, but I've been blogging and such on the internet since 2009. Now, let's get to the segment, Ain't Life Grand?
Ain't life grand?
My friend, Donald Trump Jr. is all the rage now. Donald Trump Jr. Before arranging a meeting with a Kremlin-connected Russian lawyer he believed would offer him compromising information about Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump Jr. was informed in an email that the material was part of a Russian government effort to aid Donald Trump's candidacy, according to 3 people with knowledge of the email, and this in the New York Times. The email to the younger Mr. Trump was sent by Rob Goldstone, a publicist and former British tabloid reporter who helped broker the June 2016 meeting. In a statement on Sunday, Mr. Trump acknowledged that he was interested in receiving damaging information about Mrs. Clinton, but gave no indication that he thought the lawyer might have been a Kremlin proxy. And you know what President Trump says about Russia?
I say it's better to get along with Russia than not.
Mr. Goldstone's message, as described to the New York Times by the three people, indicates that the Russian government was the source of the potentially damaging information. It does not elaborate on the wider effort by Moscow to help the Trump campaign. There is no evidence to suggest that the promised damaging information was related to Russian government computer hacking that led to the release of thousands of Democratic National Committee emails. And that's the New York Times, making it absolutely clear that they're just giving you the facts, and you can draw your own conclusion. Ivanka Trump, the latest celeb under fire for showing some shoulder? She should show some shoulders. She's got beautiful shoulders. The president of the White House Correspondents Association. Sorry, I got a little clickbait thrown in my face. Hate that. The WHCA reportedly said yesterday that the Trump White House asked him, the president of the WHCA, to criticize another reporter's article, a request that he declined. This is Jeff Mason, who covers the White House for Reuters and serves as the president of the association, said at a town hall that he refused the request. This according to Politico's media reporter, Hadas Gold. The town hall comes amid mounting tensions between the press corps and the Trump administration, which has, in recent weeks, increasingly turned to off-camera briefings with reporters. Yes, it was so funny on Fox News yesterday. They were covering the White House briefing, and they couldn't show any video because they turned off the cameras. It's crazy. Why are you doing that, Trump? What's the...
I know what's good and bad.
All right. American technology companies are bringing automation and robotics to the age-old task of battling mosquitoes in a bid to halt the spread of the Zika virus and other mosquito-borne maladies worldwide. Firms including Microsoft and California life sciences company Verily are forming partnerships with public health officials in several U.S. states to test new high-tech tools. In Texas, Microsoft is testing a smart trap to isolate and capture Aedes aegypti mosquitoes, known as Zika carriers, for study by entomologists to give them a jump on predicting outbreaks. Verily, which is Alphabet's, and that's Google's life science division based in Mountain View, California, not too far away from where we are in Podcastro Valley, is speeding the process for creating sterile male mosquitoes to mate with females in the wild, offering a form of birth control for the species. While it may take years for these advances to become widely available, public health experts say new players bring a special fresh thinking to vector control, which still relies heavily on traditional defenses such as larvicides and insecticides. This according to Reuters. It's exciting when technology companies come on board, said an associate professor of entomology at the University of California at Riverside. Oh my gosh. That campus, as we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley. That is where I had to drive my ex-girlfriend back. Oh my God, this was in 1991. A hella long time ago.
Can you dig it?
Yes.
Can you dig it?
So long ago. And we had to drive her from Ventura to there. And I remember it being really hot. It gets very, very hot there. It was an interesting place, University of Riverside. We broke up, of course, and she ended up staying there and got married, raised a family, and she is in the Inland Valley. Is that what they call it? The Empire, Inland Empire, has been living there ever since. Good for her. Maybe a little bit of applause for her or something? Can we do that? Very good. All right. Next show, it is going to be the wonderful Shelley Shuhart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the Engineer. Thank you. Have some kombucha, or whatever you'd like to drink today. Make it a happy day. Bonsoir.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!